Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May, early June 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Virgo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we have for you this week. Just talk to me. What's going on with my Virgos here? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. Let's see what we got for Virgo here. My guides, talk to me. What's going on with my friends? Nice and quick. So this card can be a little bit complex when we have this mirror. It does show up for different signs from time to time. And whenever I see it, I do think of like complexity or a lot of energies that could be affecting you. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. So look at all this different imagery in this card. You see that woman in the mirror, she's holding a mask. There's multiple reflections from different angles. There's various different items on this desk, including one of those Russian babushka dolls. So when I see this, I think of a lot of layers. Maybe there's certain things that are very simple on the surface, but there's a lot going on underneath. That could be how you're feeling, right? You might look cool, calm, and serene on the outside, but on the inside, there's so much complexity, so much happening. I also say when this card shows up, if you're not going through complex situations or feeling complex things, there could be a lot of energies coming your way or affecting you in this time. So maybe guard your energy in whatever way you deem possible. Like, keep yourself protected. Don't get too overwhelmed with things. It's very important when we have a card like this. So we're just going to place this down here. Interesting way to start every time, and we're going to get into tarot. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you. And I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote, okay? Let's get it going. So, last week's reading, titled An Emotional Explosion. And the reason it was titled like that was there was a lot of fire energy. There was so much fire, and that was one of the main messages, that something could have been bubbling up to the surface, right? So hopefully this wasn't someone losing their temper a little too much. We're all only human, right? It happens. But let's see what energy we have for you this week. Hopefully it's a little lighter, okay? And as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Let's get you 3 cards. What do we got for Virgo here? All right, Nate. That card popped out in an interesting way. All right, there might be some sort of connection to the past here. Could even be a soul connection showing up here in position number 1. We'll have to talk about that. 2 more. That's a big card of memories to me. And we'll dive much deeper in on that. Pardon me. Okay, we have the Magician in position number 2. There's a lot of power here. Okay, especially with this Magician showing up. 1 more. And we'll really dive in on this. What's going on, Virgo, please? 1 more, please. Okay, wow, all right. This looks good. We got the 4 of Wands here on the back, and this is very celebratory. All right, Virgo, I don't want to get too over ambitious or excited just yet, but the energies are looking much better so far. Now, let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. Now, at first glance, at first look, when I look down here with the 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Magician, these are all extremely positive cards. Now, all cards have positive and negative. We're looking at different elementals. We have major arcana, so there could be a lot of different things happening, just like we saw with that oracle card. But these are all generally viewed as positive cards. Let's go through one by one. Now, position number 1, we have the 6 of Cups. This card, you see it, it looks like 2 kids. One is sharing the cup with the other. To me, this is a big card of the past. It's a card of memories. When this card shows up, you might be thinking back, reflecting, reminiscing, stuff like that. This card could represent somebody that you've known for a very long time, a very deep, long emotional bond with somebody. It doesn't just have to be romantic. This could just represent history, someone you have a lot of history with, or even your past. When this card shows up, it could also represent, a lot of thought-based energy. or soul connections. So there's a lot of different ways this could go. Now, in the rougher side, this card could represent somebody who's stuck in the past, or there's something from the past that they can't quite let go of, or they can't quite deal with it for whatever reason. We'll talk about it more when we get into the clarifiers for sure. Now, moving to the center, we have the Magician, one of the most powerful cards in the whole entire deck. I love this card. It speaks of manifesting, and I will say this, the Magician along with the Four of Wands, 1111, these are universal types of energies, and I believe I saw similar things for you a few weeks ago. When we see the Magician, we think of creation. We think of creating our own future, bringing things towards us, trying to control our destiny and certain outcomes. It's extremely energetically charged up when we have this card. It could represent an interest in ritual. It could represent an interest in spirituality, that very similar to the High Priestess when we get the Magician. But to me, it's mainly about creation. Now, the rougher side of this, it could warn against any individuals that mess around with that dark spirituality. It could also represent somebody that's a little too overly controlling when we have this card, like somebody that's way too controlling of you or certain situations. So we'll see what's up with that. But generally, I see this as a positive card, especially with what's surrounding it. Now, as we get to the back end, we got the Four of Wands, the 1111 card, beautiful, universal, karmic type of energy. This card to me can represent stability. It's a cause for celebration, happiness. When we see this, we think of people partying, living it up, right? They're literally partying here. We could think of big events like parties, weddings, all sorts of things like that. It could even represent stability and the home. So you might have certain situations involving family and home showing up when we have this. I always give the extra message with this card since we have the 1111 on here. Watch out for number signs, synchronicities, very interesting dreams. Spirit might be trying to contact you or talk to you in different ways when this card shows up. It could speak of omens. There's also a little underlying karmic energy I'm picking up on this back end. But overall, it seems positive so far. But I really want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgos, please. My guides, what do we got for my friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Cups. What's this past about? And yes, if you're a reader too, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's get in on that Six of Cups. Why is that Six of Cups here, please? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Swords. In reverse, though. Okay. This card to me is usually very stern, very serious. When I see her in reverse, like, don't let your imagination like run away with you in this time, because she is also a card of the mind. She is also a card of thought. She could also represent mother figures, stuff like that. So if you're doing reminiscing, it might be connected to mother figures as well. But when I see the Queen of Swords in reverse, I think of somebody trying to look at the lighter side of things, trying to look at the optimistic things. So you might be talking about the good times or trying to remember the good times. If someone from your past circles around in this time, they're definitely going to lean on the good times here. So that's very positive that someone from your past could swing back around here. Okay, I will say that. Could represent air signs and stuff like that with this Queen of Swords in reverse, but this is someone approaching in peace, or at least attempting to do so. But there's an overabundance of mental energy here. Don't look back on the past with rose-colored glasses too much either. Like, there could be a proclivity to look back on the past with those rose-colored glasses and want to relive something or relive the glory days. If that's not you, that could be someone else wanting to revisit or relive the past. Let's keep moving. I don't feel like that's like the major part. I feel like these universal energies have much more detail for us. So let's see what's going on up front. So why is this Magician here? Interesting stuff, my friends. You never know what you're going to get week to week, right? Okay. Yeah, we got the Ten of Cups. This is like one of the best cards in the whole entire deck showing up here underneath this Magician. Creating your happiness, creating your future, and this just feels beautiful, beautifully abundant right here. As I try to keep these cards straightened out. It's not as easy as it looks, my friends. But the Ten of Cups is wish fulfillment. And under this Magician, wow. A lot of you could have various huge blessings, wins, and victories showing up. We do have this little link to the home that's still showing up, like home and family. Both, like this card, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands can both represent that. But this is a card of everything. Working towards your happiness. And I would say energetically, I would claim these energies, because even if you're going through a rough time, even if things aren't ideal, there could be various like huge, massive wins and victories showing up here, blessings, all sorts of good energy, which is nice because there's been a little choppiness in the Virgo readings lately. It seems like that energy is about to take a turn for the better. Just keep your thoughts clear, what you want, where you want to go, what you want to do. Okay, and I really feel like this is just energy of blessings on blessings on blessings. It's really great. We're going to keep moving over. We got wish fulfillment energy, so this is really nice. The future looks very bright. We're going to go in on that Four of Wands. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting stuff. So what is this celebration about here on the back end for Virgo, please? I want to see why those people are dancing around there. Why is this Four of Wands here for my friends? I mean, we're just getting better and better and better, my friends. We have the Fool card in the upright underneath this Four of Wands. Just more good. Good in various different portions and places of your life. For some of you, that could be a very strong connection with an Aries. But when I see the Fool card, I think of a new journey, a new cycle, bounding off in a very good, prosperous direction. So some of you, you might be about to really hit a good stride in the coming days and weeks. Even if you're going through tough times right now, I know like everyone, their lives are very complex. Sometimes rough energy, sometimes good, sometimes there's not much going on. But I will say with these alignments here, this is probably the best reading I've seen this week for any zodiac sign. So Virgo, I would claim these energies for sure. When I see this Fool, it does talk about like, yeah, if you're feeling a little spontaneous, just don't walk off the cliff and stuff like that. But it's bounding off. This is that new cycle kicking in. And we have beautiful, positive energies. Once again, it's like spirit is shining down on the Virgo collective and sending that beautiful, pure source energy your way. So I would claim these energies 110%. If you're going through tough times, things are going to clear up. That's just how it feels. There's a cause for celebration. We got huge wins, victories, and blessings in different areas of life. It just feels really nice. Okay, and if things are really tough, they could settle down soon. Let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Virgo, because there's so much positivity here this week. We'll go through one by one. In position number one, we have the Six of Cups with the Queen of Swords in reverse. That was making me feel a lot of different things. There's so much mental energy happening, like you might be prone to be a little more daydreamy than normal. You might be reminiscing a little bit, maybe thinking about a mother figure and stuff like that as well. But a big vibe I was picking up here is like somebody possibly wanting to relive the past or revisit the past. Just, yeah, look back on the good times, but not with too much of a rose-colored glass type of situation. Moving to the center is where it just continues to get better and better and better. We have the Magician with the Ten of Cups, this wish fulfillment type of energy creating. So if you've been purposely manifesting something, that could come in a huge way. This is wish fulfillment energy. And it feels fabulous here. Cause for celebration. So blessings, the universal energetic connection, it just feels very good overall. So claim these. On the back end, under the 1111 card, we have the Fool in the upright. Four of Wands and the Fool is a reason for celebration. Something new coming in, a new cycle, a new journey. You're heading in the right direction. You're moving in a smooth direction, even if it feels like you're in the eye of the storm right now. So whatever new things, new chapters come into your life right now, it could lead to a lot of prosperity. Please take a screenshot of these. You could verify that if you want to. Let's get you one shadow card. Loving it, Virgo. Beautiful energy all around this week, and it's really nice. So let's see what's going on for Virgo. And if you're connected to a Virgo, if you're a cross watcher, like this energy bodes very well. I'll just say that. Okay, if you've been wanting to have a chat, have a talk, this energy is really good. So let's get you one shadow card. Let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo here, please. Thank you. Okay, the Fool card showing up in the shadows again. So it's interesting that we have the most positive version of the Fool, but we also have the challenging aspect. For some of you, if you are connected to an Aries, they have shown up twice within this reading. Now, in this deck, the Fool is called the Seeker. You see that imagery right there. Has the pet, but the head is off. When we look at the shadow side of the Fool card, it could represent a few different things and challenges. One, it could be Spirit saying not to be too spontaneous. Don't bound off into anything without watching your first step. There could be cautions connected to the Fool card, okay? For some of you, yeah, it might just be a connection with an Aries that's in your shadows for whatever reason. There may have been things that you've done that were spontaneous, right? That are in the shadows that you might need to shine some light on. But not doing too many unplanned things is the way to go when this shows up. Like, try to settle things down. Don't act too rashly or too harsh when this card shows up. Slow and steady, okay? No rushing into things. So yeah, Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.